If you're looking for real girl power, search no further. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most badass ladies on Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Ma'am, there's a riot going on. I'm here to protect you.
I don't need any protection.
Believe me, she doesn't.
For this list, we'll be looking at some of the amazing female characters on Avatar: The Last Airbender and all the different ways they define what it means to be a badass.
Gran wouldn't let your tribe's stupid customs run her life. That's why she left. It must have taken a lot of courage.
Number 10. Yue. At first introduction, the princess of the Northern Water Tribe looked like she might just be there to give Sokka a little star-crossed puppy love.
You don't understand. I have duties to my father, to my tribe.
But early flashes of Yue's sense of duty should have clued us in on her true depth.
Our strength comes from the spirit of the moon. Our life comes from the spirit of the ocean. They work together to keep balance.
After power-mad Admiral Zhao's destruction of the moon spirit, Yue doesn't hesitate to offer up her own life to restore it.
It's my duty, Sokka.
I won't let you! Your father told me to protect you!
I have to do this.
Without her momentous sacrifice to rebalance the elements, the world wouldn't have survived long enough for Aang to save it. Yue's strength is a quieter type, but she shows us that selfless devotion to a greater good is one of the most courageous qualities a person can have. It's thanks to Yue that the story continued past Book 1.
Goodbye, Sokka. I'll always be with you.
Number 9. Hama.
You're a waterbender! I've never met another waterbender from our tribe.
That's because the Fire Nation wiped them all out.
Hama is a conflicting character. On the one hand, her bloodbending is super disturbing and definitely not okay. But on the other hand, we kind of get it. As a young waterbender in the South Pole, Hama saw her people repeatedly attacked by the Fire Nation before she herself was taken prisoner and held for years in subhuman conditions.
Then I realized that where there is life, there is water. The rats that scurried across the floor of my cage were nothing more than skins filled with liquid.
Hama's desire for revenge is legit, and although she's been twisted by rage, we have to acknowledge her skills.
And during the next full moon, I walked free for the first time in decades.
Not only is she a strong enough waterbender to invent a terrifying new form, but she leveraged her fury to take back her agency from the people who stole it from her. That's something you've gotta respect.
You should have learned the technique before you turned against me. It's impossible to fight your way out of my grip.
Number 8. Ursa.
Zuko, that's what moms are like. If you mess with their babies, they're gonna bite you back.
Don't be fooled by her ladylike exterior. Underneath, Ursa has a fierce protective streak and she'll stop at nothing to defend the people she loves.
I failed. No, I loved watching you. That's who you are, Zuko. Someone who keeps fighting even though it's hard.
You'd never know someone so gentle could be capable of such ruthlessness. When her husband Ozai's ambition endangers her son Zuko's life, Ursa is willing to do anything to save him, even if it means getting rid of her father-in-law, Fire Lord Azula. She pays the price for her actions by disappearing into exile, but Zuko survives. Ursa's mighty love undeniably helps to shape the fate of the Avatar world. It just goes to show, think twice before you get between a woman and her kid.
Your mother did vicious treasonous things that night. She knew the consequences and accepted them. For her treason, she was banished.
Number 7. Kiyoshi.
I killed Chin the Conqueror. A horrible tyrant. Chin was expanding his army to all corners of the continent.
Can we get a Kiyoshi spin-off series, please? This earthbending avatar rarely appears in the main series, but when she does, she makes a strong impression. Like all avatars, Kiyoshi is a powerful bender, but this lady can actually move mountains, or at least large landmasses. She literally created Kiyoshi Island by separating it from the mainland to keep her hometown safe from an invading dictator. On top of that, Kiyoshi has an unshakable commitment to justice. She does what she has to keep the world in balance, and she doesn't care if that makes her unpopular. Kiyoshi is a force to be reckoned with.
I offer you this wisdom, Aang. Only justice will bring peace.
Number 6. Tylee. On a show where things can get heavy, lighthearted Tylee definitely stands out.
But the truth is, I'm really happy here. I mean, my aura has never been pinker.
I'll take your word for it.
And lots of characters underestimate her because of that upbeat demeanor, until they learn the hard way what a big mistake that is. She may not be a bender, but Tylee is an incredible acrobat, with her own secret weapon to level the playing field. Even the most powerful benders have been taken out by Tylee's chi-blocking attacks, and become useless while she goes on to flatten the opposition. Between her formidable fighting style and her disarming personality, Tylee is an opponent to watch out for. She proves that bubbly and feminine don't equal weak. Nothing gets in her way.
Look, it doesn't matter who I met first, because I like you all.
But which one of us do you like?
Yeah, tell us.
I don't know!
Number 5. May.
May and Tylee, take the Earthbenders out.
Finally, something to do.
Watch out for the edges because May won't hesitate to cut someone down. It's just a matter of whether she uses her crazy knife skills or her savage snark. She's a fierce adversary, to be sure, one who can handle anything without breaking a sweat.
I thought when Tylee and I finally caught you guys, it would be more exciting. Oh well, victory is boring.
But May is even more remarkable for the kind of ally she can be. Though she seems motivated only by her perpetual boredom for most of the series, when May finds something she does care about, nothing will stop her from defending it. Or him.
I know one thing I care about. I care about you.
Zuko may have ended their relationship to join Team Avatar, but May still risks everything to rescue him.
What are you doing?
Saving the jerk who dumped me.
Even if she hides it well, May is someone you want on your side.
I guess you just don't know people as well as you think you do. You miscalculated. I love Zuko more than I fear you.
Number 4. Suki.
Wait a second, there's no way a bunch of girls took us down.
A bunch of girls, huh? The Unagi's gonna eat well tonight.
At an age where most kids are struggling through biology class, Suki is the one who does the schooling.
Anything else you want to teach us?
As the head of the Kiyoshi warriors, she leads an elite combat team, first as defenders of their home island, and then on the Earth Kingdom mainland fighting against the Fire Nation. Whether she's facing down a fascist empire, or just casually smashing the patriarchy, Suki is completely fearless.
Sorry, Warden. You're my prisoner now. We've got the Warden. Now let's get out of here.
That's some girl.
Tell me about it.
Yet she never loses sight of her compassion, making her an ideal commander. No matter what the situation, Suki brings a cool head and a steel spine, and she's always quick to figure out the best plan of action. You could say that we're big fans.
Who are you? The Avatar's fangirls? Oh, I get it. Good one, Azula.
Number 3. Azula. Azula may be a villain, but she's the kind of villain that you almost have to admire.
She's terrifying and inspirational at the same time. It's hard to explain.
Sure, she's one of the strongest firebenders on the show, but Azula's also got some impressive brains to back up that sizzling strength.
But for some reason when I meet boys, they act as if I'm going to do something horrible to them.
But you probably would do something horrible to them.
She's a master strategist, always a step or two ahead of everyone else. And she has an uncanny ability to hone in on her opponent's psychological weaknesses, which is why she's such an effective manipulator.
Sokka's your name, right? My favorite prisoner used to mention you all the time. She was convinced you were going to come rescue her. Of course, you never came, and she gave up on you.
More than that, though, Azula possesses a supreme sense of self-confidence, which translates into a natural leadership ability. Even if her methods are terrible, she does get results. Love her or hate her, you have to recognize Azula's game.
I'll show you lightning!
Number 2. Katara. Even before Katara was trained up as a waterbender, we saw hints of her potential. In less than a year, she goes from one of the show's weakest fighters to one of its most formidable. But Katara is so much more than just her bending.
You can't knock me down!
She's driven by a passionate belief in right and wrong, and is the first to step up to injustice when she sees it.
So remember your courage, Earthbenders! Let us fight for our freedom!
Of course, that's not really surprising. As someone who's always embraced both her role as a healer and her warrior instincts, Katara is a living embodiment of balance. She shows us the many definitions of strength, and proves that the greatest power comes from using all of your talents. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Avatar Yang Chen. As Avatar, she always kept a pragmatic sense of herself in relation to the bigger picture.
Here is my wisdom for you. Selfless duty calls you to sacrifice your own spiritual needs and do whatever it takes to protect the world.
Kana, aka Gran Gran. Kana made difficult choices in order to live her life on her own terms.
What do you two think you're doing? You'll need these. You have a long journey ahead of you.
Smellerbee. Even if people don't understand her, the lone girl in the Freedom Fighters never backs down.
As long as I'm confident with who I am, it doesn't matter what other people think.
June. Slaying it at the mercenary game, June lives tough and loves it.
Your beast trashed my ship. You have to pay me back.
I'd love to help you out, but I'm a little short on money.
Drinks on me!
Kaya. She made the ultimate sacrifice to protect her waterbending daughter from the Fire Nation.
We're not leaving until we find the waterbender.
If I tell you, do you promise to leave the rest of the village alone? It's me. Take me as your prisoner.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Toph.
Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. The Boulder versus your champion, the Blind Bandit!
Toph doesn't overcome obstacles so much as she obliterates them.
They're mine.
She's the most powerful earthbender we meet on Avatar, but it's the creative way Toph applies her power that makes her amazing. Though she was born blind, she learns early to use the Earth's vibrations to get a better view of her surroundings than most sighted people. Later, she expands that skill and becomes essentially a human lie detector.
He's not lying.
How can you tell?
I can feel his breathing and heartbeat. When people lie, there's a physical reaction. He's telling the truth.
When she's kidnapped in a metal box, Toph straight up invents metal bending to free herself. It seems like there's nothing she can't tackle. As if that wasn't enough, Toph's devotion to her friends and strong sense of herself make her more than just her tough attitude.
I am so glad we added you to the group!
Unapologetic and unstoppable, there's no bigger badass than Toph Beifong. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.